AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This program is paid for by The Crossover with Marlon and Armon. Subscribe to their show-owned content at youtube.com/@thecrossover1060.
You're now tuned in to The Crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams.
Hold up, you're teaming up a Sun Devil and a Wildcat? Who came up with that brilliant idea?
The Crossover on KDUS AM 1060.
All right, welcome to The Crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams, KDUS 1060. My name is Armon, but I go by The Hammer, and my partner over here is Marlon Jones. He goes by Big Showtime. If you listen to us live, please do us a solid. Go to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at The Crossover 1060. Once again, that's at The Crossover 1060. So if you're on YouTube, that would be youtube.com/ at that little squiggly thing, The Crossover 1060. And same thing if you're on Facebook, facebook.com/ at squiggly thing, The Crossover 1060. All right. It's another Saturday, man. It's an exciting weekend.
It is. I've been looking forward to this show.
Yeah. You and me both.
We're both going to be full of energy, just what's been going on in the sports world.
Tell me about it.
Temperatures are starting to drop just a little bit.
Yeah, it's creeping, man.
It's creeping.
It's a little bit different from the past. Seemed like it would be a little bit cooler by now, man.
Dude, you remember in high school wearing your leather jacket around campus?
Yeah, like late October,
yes.
mid-late October.
Mid to late October.
Temperature would start to really drop. But
ain't nobody wearing them now.
No.
Leather
But you got these
T-shirts.
kids wearing these hoodies, man. You got these kids wearing these hoodies, and it's like 115 degrees outside in the summer. And these kids like wearing like hoodies and parkas and wearing Ugg boots. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man?
Ugg boots.
No, I'm serious, man.
Yeah,
I don't understand these wearing like black hoodies, like thick hoodies, like kind of stuff you wear up in New England and stuff during the fall.
You have turned into the get off my lawn kid now.
I guess I have, man. Because these kids are walking around wearing, they're wearing Bill Belichick's like in July. I'm like, what is wrong with these kids, man? All right. Anyway, we got a big show today. We got a great lineup, a guest. We got comedian Eric O'Shea. We got voice of the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Ray.
Nice.
Going to be coming on the show to talk about the upcoming Suns season. We're on the precipice of the NBA season and opening up.
I cannot wait. Tuesday. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I will be glued in front of the TV.
Absolutely.
Get all the games.
I'm looking forward to watching K. Ray and Eddie and Tom do their thing.
Yeah.
On the new network. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
We talked about a little bit last week on our show about access for everybody in the state to be able to see it. So that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think there was a baseball game that some people probably want to hear about. So, yeah, a few. So let's go ahead and let's jump into our opening buzz.
And now it's time for the opening buzz.
He deals Thomas in the air to right field. That's back. Castellanos on the run. And we are tied. Alec Thomas takes the ride of his life.
That was Alec Thomas. He went deep on Craig Kimbrell. They hung him out there to dry. I was listening to I was watching the post-game show, and it was funny because Pedro Martinez kept harping on that. They left Craig Kimbrell out there. Why did they leave Craig Kimbrell out there, man? He left him to the...
There's about 200 million Philadelphians asking that same question.
Yeah. It's a lot of sad Philadelphia Phillies fans right now, man.
Let me tell you something. What's funny is I was watching the game. I watched all of Game 3.
Right.
I watched some of Game 4, obviously, and then me being the hoop fanatic that I am,
right?
I turned the game off because the Spurs were playing the Golden State Warriors,
right?
So I wanted to see that, Wemby go up against Steph Curry and them. So I completely missed the comeback. I missed all that.
Speaking of that game, real quick before we get back on the Diamondbacks, that Golden State Warriors San Antonio Spurs game. Did you see the jump? Did you see the tip off?
Of course.
You saw Steph Curry jump up against Wemby.
It was wonderful.
Wemby, that was ridiculous. Okay, y'all clowning.
Yeah, but like you said, we'll talk about the basketball stuff a little bit later. But I ended up turning off the Diamondbacks, not because I thought they were going to lose, but I just wanted to watch the basketball game.
Yeah, I was a little bit deterred. I was a little bit frustrated right around the middle of the mid innings, right around the fourth, fifth, sixth innings before the Diamondbacks mounted that comeback, because it was you're talking about just a prototypical, just a roller coaster ride of emotions. I mean, it started out, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah,
and it looked like they were doing good, but then towards the middle of the game, right around the fourth, fifth inning, they started to crack, and they started to unravel. And I thought, oh boy, here we go again. The Philadelphia Phillies are going to wind up, probably opening this thing up, and then they'll probably make an insurmountable lead for the Diamondbacks to come back. But you got to give credit to these young kids, man. These young, I call them baby backs. Remember the 04 Diamondbacks?
Oh, yeah.
They call them the baby back, because these kids are a lot of these kids are under 25 years old.
Dude, ice water in their veins,
Absolutely.
Man.
They're playing with house money, and they don't care. They're playing like they don't care.
Yeah, to withstand, when Schwarber hit that home run.
Schwarber, he's a problem.
Yeah, when Schwarber hit that, they were only down. They were up 2-1, but when he's got that all or nothing, either I'm going to strike out or I'm going to hit a home run, and that's that. And he beat that up, and then it looked like the momentum had completely switched,
right.
Going to Philadelphia's way.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, when you looked at the first two games, the very first two games in Philadelphia, you think, oh man, the Diamondbacks they just don't have a chance.
Right.
They don't have a chance, and of course, Game 3 they did what they had to do, and then Game 4, like I said, ice water in their veins to withstand that and come back and win. Like I said, I had no idea. I went on, I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I saw everybody talking about this tie. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So then I had to turn on ESPN and all the sports outlets. I'm like, oh, man, I missed that.
As you mentioned, they came back in the eighth inning. I thought the game was over, because you're looking at the matchups and you're looking at the bullpens. The Phillies, they have the better bullpen. They got all that power left-handed, all those left-handed pitchers, and all that power to stifle pretty much most teams. I think most teams. I think just about any other team, every other team what they would have faced, had it been the Atlanta Braves or the Milwaukee Brewers or even the Los Angeles Dodgers, they probably would have folded against that Philly team. I don't know what type of intestinal fortitude, what type of resolve the Arizona Diamondbacks have, but apparently they're showing it, and they continue to show it, because they were able to eventually finally touch up that almost improbable, almost impossible, immovable force, which is the Phillies bullpen. You got all those left-handers, but when they put Craig Kimbrell out there, that gave them the opportunity to go ahead and to take advantage of that situation, and they were able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the decision to put Kimbrell in. I mean, he kind of dropped the ball Game 3, and he definitely dropped the ball Game 4. So I know the Philly fans are like, you go ahead and keep him in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. The rest of the squad could come back. We will take our chances at Game 5. But you're absolutely right. They just dug in, and they showed no fear of that bullpen, like you said, full of lefties, and that's got Philadelphia kind of like, oh, wait a minute now, there's chinks in the armor. What are we going to do? They figured out our the bullpen, and they they literally have no fear when they go up to the bats. I mean, I'm saying up to plate to bat.
Right.
I mean, they're just at ease. There's no stress. Everybody's just laid back. It's like a regular game. Let's go.
And shout out to the Diamondbacks for their resolve, because once the Philadelphia Phillies jumped out to that 5-2 lead, it looked like the bases were loaded, and what's the name of the kid? Sal Frank? I think that he started to unravel, and he only pitched a third of an inning. They had to pull him, and kudos to Ryan Thompson, came in there and was able to clean up that mess that was left from that loaded base situation for the Phillies. They were threatening to really just open it, just wide open, but he was able to go ahead and he mitigated it, the situation, as best as he could, prevented more runs happening, and then he wound up pitching a couple innings, a couple good full innings from him, and then they were able to go ahead and eventually figure out the Phillies.
And shout out to the fans too. The atmosphere has been incredible.
Oh yeah,
it's been incredible at Chase. And,
yeah.
Situations past. If when that's happened, when the Diamondbacks have faltered, people leave. They they get discouraged or whatever. That's usually typical of a Phoenix sports fan out here.
Right.
But they stuck with the team. They had a terrific home field atmosphere, and I think that really helped the Diamondbacks too. I mean, obviously they feed off that energy.
Right.
And now they what's up with the snakes alive mantra? I guess somebody in Game 3 had a sign up that said snakes alive.
Uh-huh.
And then now, like, all the seats had signs that said snakes alive. So I guess that's like
That's the thing now?
That's the thing now.
I have no idea what
Oh,
that's
yeah.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Snakes
Yeah.
alive, huh?
Yeah.
That's cute. All right. Well, they tie it up. They tie it up. This is a series now.
This is.
I thought that they were going to lose this. I be honest with you, I'm probably not alone. I thought that they were definitely going to lose this, like right around the 5th, 6th inning. I thought the game was over.
I thought
they're
they
going to
were
go
gonna
down 3-1 and then wind up, probably finishing them off today.
After Game 2, I thought that was a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
After Game 2, I was like, Diamondbacks would be lucky to get one.
Yeah, when they exploded on the Diamondbacks and they dropped, 10?
Yes.
Yeah, they exploded
I
on
thought
them.
that was a
But
wrap.
kudos to them and kudos to Brandon Pfaadt for the job that he did.
Oh, he pitched his tail off.
And Ketel Marte hitting that game winner, that walk off, late in the 9th inning, and go ahead and to give them hope. Yeah,
he pitched his tail off Game 3.
he certainly did. Man.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, we got a great show today. Like I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and we'll continue to talk more about the Diamondbacks coming up next. But we'll be doing it with an old friend of ours. We're going to be returning the comedian Eric O'Shea, who makes his return to talk D-backs baseball and other things. You guys are tuned in to the Crossover 1060 KDUS Radio. Don't go anywhere, folks. Got a great one today.